Because if we're talking about morals now, we go back to you taking the log off your eyes before you try to take the speck off your brother's eyes. And if you just reminded us that we also have it here in our statutes book. Then
and exactly, so the other part of the debate, because you asked a very good question, Mark, is it because you feel that the law says so, or that the law should say so? And I've said that the law says so. I'm also of the view that the law should say so. I've never agreed that the death penalty should be scrapped. I'm sorry, but that's my view. And I've said that recently, this a survey that was conducted in Lagos, and a lot of people said, yes. Look, you know, there's an argument that because the state is so deficient in providing for the people, in empowering the people, there are social conditions, there are economic conditions that predispose people to committing crimes. And that people commit crimes not because they are inherently or innately bad, or because of any psychological disorientation or imbalance, or propeller that makes them to commit crime, but because of their social conditions. And since the state is in a position to remedy that social condition and ensure that these people do not commit crimes, then insofar as the state has not done that sufficiently, the state loses the right to then, you know, take a pound of flesh. There's that argument, you know. I am saying that
there's that argument which might not apply in all circumstances, because it doesn't then say that rich people don't also kill people. For instance, if you're to look at the case of murder or premeditated murder.
Exactly.
But then I'm also asking, and I know that you know you might go on ahead to make some other to buttress your point, but then I'm also wondering, why is it then that we have to separate the powers for death penalty? For instance, if the judge pronounces the death penalty sentence on someone, why do you need the governor to sign that?
Because you have three arms of government.
The executive did their arm already for
the executive and the judiciary.
Yes.
The judiciary interprets the law, while the executive execute. So even from the name, execution, is the executive that will sign the death warrant. And before signing the death warrant, ultimately, there is a prerogative of mercy committee in each state to advise the governor on those who should be granted clemency and all that. So this will be taken through all this, so that if there are circumstances inherent or external to the pronouncement that warrant that that person be granted clemency, that person can still, at that tail end of the process, be granted clemency before the death warrant is signed and before the executioner actually does the job. So it's a shared responsibility between the prosecutor, the judge, the governor who signs a paper, and then the executioner.
You know, if we still have it, just as Chamberlain asked Charles Adeogun Phillips, why do we still have some people committing such crimes with death penalty attached to it? It doesn't seem to deter anyone from going ahead to commit such.
Yes, that's also been part of the argument, that because the death penalty does not deter, as it appears to be, so why do you continue with it? Because it doesn't deter. And I'm saying that it is too easy for anybody to reach such a conclusion that it doesn't deter. I know death penalty deters. There are a lot of people who will have killed people with reckless abandon if they feel that they can just kill people and get away with it.
But they also argue that since we don't have a very or a strong prosecution or investigation as we like to have, we should just be cautious about them, because some of the crimes that have very strong prosecutorial bodies and investigations have been able to find out that in some cases there are miscarriage of justice.
Exactly.
But here, since we haven't strengthened ours, should we still be insisting hard and fast on the death penalty?
As a matter of fact, the argument is the other way. There are a lot of people here who commit death penalty offenses and get away because of the weakness of our institutions and systems. I'm telling you, so get away. So it is not always the case that there are people who have not even committed offenses, as we often see in the media, reporting it, who get caught and then they are put in detention, and then at the tail end of the process, it's then realized that they didn't commit offenses. There are other people who committed offenses who also get away because of our system. So it's both ways.
Do you think we have the benefit of sufficient research to the extent that we can predicate our decisions to either argue that it stays or be expunged?
No. I have strong views about the retention of the death penalty. There are people who also have strong views that the death penalty should be expunged from our list of punishment. My contention, though, is that unless and until our legislature finally expunges it, it remains part of our laws. And that's what the Indonesian government have been saying.
So you're not arguing that it be expunged?
I have never argued that it should be expunged. But, I'm just an ordinary Nigerian. So if majority of Nigerians and the institution feel that death penalty is not suitable in our client and should be expunged, who am I to say that no, it shouldn't be expunged? I won't go to court to say, no, you must retain it per force. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that until it is expunged, it is immoral for you to continue to prosecute, ask for the death penalty, set up a judge to make that pronouncement, and then you, governor, you refuse to sign a death warrant. So why then do you ask the judge to make that pronouncement? Because if it's about moral issues or conscience, that judge has made the pronouncement that somebody should be killed, and they keep doing it every day. And I'm saying it's not fair. So if you want to expunge, you go ahead and expunge it. If you don't want to expunge, you carry it out. I know that going to be a lot of international censor, but I'm saying that you can have, once you carry out an execution, the whole Western world, they are aghast and they saying that no, some of them even say that they want to record their envoys. But I'm saying that our rule of law cannot be shortchanged because of the possibility of attracting the censor of the international community. We are part of the global community, but we have our laws. And that's what Indonesia is telling the world, that you can recall your envoy if you will, but we have our laws. And for visitors and foreigners, just like their nationals, they are saying, we have our laws. If you do this, this is what's going to happen to you. And that, as it is said in common parlance, to be forewarned, it will be forearmed.
That's what we'd like to anchor. Thank you very much indeed for coming on. Jiti Ogunye, a legal practitioner. And that's the show today, this holiday Friday. We thank you all for watching. I'm Chamberlain Osal.
Well, we wish you a splendid Workers' Day. Enjoy your day. I'm Malwe Ogun.
Thank you. I'm Sulaiman Alede.